Hi guys. So I applied to Christ University Bangalore for BBA honors and I got selected into the BGR Road campus. So I thought why not share my whole selection process since a lot of you are applying for round 3 and round 4. So the whole entrance test was not very good for me because I didn't know what to expect and I wasn't able to manage my time. But it started off with English questions wherein they give you a passage and they ask you to find the answers from it, followed by grammar and spelling questions. That was pretty easy. Well, at least for me, that was the easiest part of the whole entrance test. Then there were questions regarding business subject. So for people who are planning to do business, uh, BBA honors or BBA, there were questions on straight line depreciation formulas and some accounting related formulas as well. So it'll be good if you're aware of those. I was able to answer them. There were also questions on general knowledge and current affairs about India's recent agreement with countries, as well as International Monetary Fund related questions. There were also some general knowledge questions like national rivers of India and some basic ones. Um, and there were also some random questions, guys. These are very random. One funny one I remember is it went something like, "This is the wife of my mother's only son. Who am I?" Which was kind of funny. So I took some time to actually analyze and think for that one. There were also questions where you had to choose the odd ones out. So one question that I got was milk, butter, curd, oil, which is the odd one out. So those were the kind of questions that came. Uh, all in all, like I said, I didn't think I did good. I would have done better if I knew what was coming in the entrance test. Now, that is followed by an interview come micro presentation. So there are two interviewers, and when you enter the interview, obviously, the first question they'll ask you is to tell them about yourself. And guys, this is a guaranteed question, so prepare your answer beforehand so you can leave a good impression. And I believe when you have a good beginning, it's likely to remain the same throughout. So I prepared that. I told them about myself, where I was born, where I was brought up, what I was doing, the subjects I take, and my hobbies. So the second interviewer asked me a few questions on economics, since I mentioned I take economics in my introduction. For those of you who take economics, she asked me about elasticities, cross elasticity, and indifference curve, and how businesses use these. So I think it was pretty good for that part of the interview. I was able to answer very well, and that was fine. And then the interviewer asked me about petroleum stock in India, which I was not sure. So I said, I don't know, I'll read about it. So here's a top tip: if you don't know an answer to a particular question, don't just say I don't know or I'm not sure. Say I don't know, I'll read about it or I'll study about it, because that will really impress the interviewers. At least you're not putting a cut off to the conversation. So use that if you don't know an answer. And so that was pretty much how the interview went. I also forgot to mention that they asked me why I chose Christ University. So this is another guaranteed question, so prepare your answer beforehand. I said I chose Christ University because it's ranked and because it was highly reputed and so on. So that was it for the interview part. Now coming to the micro presentation, my question was startup businesses, online startup businesses, and I believe I didn't do as well. I said a lot of points, but I thought I could say much more, and I did not speak for 90 seconds full. I stopped before that. I mentioned about how the pandemic has made a lot of online businesses successful, since a lot of people prefer using online platforms to buy goods and so on. I also mentioned about the easy setup because it's less costly and so on. But I could have also mentioned some drawbacks, like there are a lot of competitions in online in the e-commerce world and so on. But I wasn't able to tell all of that. However, I was able to convey most of the points decent enough, although I felt like I could have done much better. So, guys, the whole interview is very relaxed. Don't be very afraid, because the interviewers also know that you're nervous, so they won't really put you into too much tension or anything. They're very nice. I don't want to tell you guys to not be scared or not be nervous, because that's natural. It's okay if that happens. But don't let that affect how you perform in your interview. Try your very best and hopefully it should work out. So, all the best for everyone who's doing round 3 and round 4. Bye. Thank you.